All right, let's come back and take a look at the local dailies. The war within, that's the headline in the Daily Nation this morning. Winnie's hard tackle on Oburu Odinga, ODM gala reveals family tensions. And dispute, they say. Yala MP Winnie Odinga, the daughter of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, on Saturday questioned the competence of her uncle, Dr. Oburu Odinga, to lead ODM, even as she alleged a plot to sell the party, exposing simmering differences that could threaten the Orange Party's existence. Now, Raila's daughter demands a national delegates convention to pick party leaders. She said, the broad-based relationship is complicated. Those managing it now, are they capable? Because it's only one Baba Raila Odinga who could manage it. And Oburu Odinga responded the same day, akisema it's Raila who left us in the broad-based government. If it comes to 2027, we shall look at the best person to talk with or go it alone. The war within ODM.
And this came only days after the party's top organ had met and confirmed all the interim leaders as now officials. So there is no longer interim party leader, he is a party leader. The SG is no longer interim, SG is SG of ODM party. Even the chairperson is no longer interim. All officials have been confirmed. And then hours later, mnakuja mnaanza this push and pull. It's interesting because now she's asking for a national delegates convention, which is a bigger meeting. I don't know if that would be the solution.
Sema watu warudi kwa wananchi. All right, that's the headline there. The quick headlines on the front page of the Daily Nation. Sitting side saddle on borders can be deadly, once NTSA.
Boda hiyo, by the way, that's a very interesting one. Kuna wale wanapenda kukalia bodaboda kina mama kama wameangalia kando, mnaenda upande hii au wameangalia upande hii.
Yes.
Naambiwa hiyo
It's
very risky.
Ushawaika hivyo?
Mimi nikaa hivyo nikifanya wapi? Nikienda wapi?
I have tried it and it's actually very dangerous.
Don't try it.
Unasianga ni kama ukivuka bump utaenda na nyuma. World Food Program report that why more Kenyans are now facing hunger, and they say they warn that Kenya faces worsening hunger crisis, highlighting growing risks for climate conflict and economic pressures. And Moi-era contractors' assets are for sale in KCB loan row. That's another story there on page 16. And the top strip, 87,000 ghost learners drain 1 billion shillings of public school funds annually. 1 billion. And flying coffins, old beat-up police choppers are a disaster in waiting. That story is on page 2. On the back page, there's a story you're looking at.
Yes, there's a story on page 3. Wanasema stick to the deal. The court has ruled that post-divorce agreement is legally binding. Mushaachana, mushapewa ile decree nisi imeenda, alafu munaenda muna agree kitu ingine baada. Alafu unafikiria, oh, since we are not divorced, since we have already divorced, this one I don't have to abide by it. No, wamesema post-divorce settlement agreements between spouses are legally binding. That cannot, they are legally binding contracts that cannot be unilaterally revoked unless fraud, coercion, or undue influence is proven. This is a ruling by the High Court. Chunga sana.
All right. Kule nyuma on the back page, Kenya fights to keep 10,000 meters title in Tokyo Championship. They say 2025 Deaflympics, 6,000 participants converged on Tokyo for quadrennial games. We have Victor Otieno there and Ian Wambui. And Japan hosts the World for Quadrennial Games. That's the Daily Nation this morning.
All right. It's the same lady, I think she's a lady of the hour, Winnie Odinga. Na niliona a lot of discussion online, watu wanasema wanamdm sana.
Yes.
Wanataka nini na
Winnie.
Alisema tukutane DM.
Tangu 15th. Wajafumua.
They call it a big leap here, and it's the only story covered on the front page of the Standard. Winnie Odinga has burst onto the national stage, igniting a succession battle that could redefine or fracture the Odinga political empire. Her fiery debut at ODM's 20th anniversary in Mombasa energized supporters and unsettled rivals, signaling her intent to shape a party already split by competing camps. With Raila gone, ODM faces its most volatile moment in decades, an aging Oburu at the helm, rising factional tensions, and a bold new contender challenging the old order. Winnie's next moves could determine the party's future. Alafu kuna mtu mmoja, when she spoke, Robert Alai ule MCA wa Kilelesho akakimbia pale X akasema we. Ile moto ilitoka Mombasa. I don't know kama Alai mwenyewe alikuwa Mombasa. Ile moto ilitoka Mombasa akiambua boss. Usijaribu, wacha tu. Don't try. So this is what Winnie Odinga said, and she's quoted here on the front page. When it came to the matter of broad-based government, the people of ODM entrusted one person with the management of that relationship. That person was Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. That relationship is complicated. Anauliza, and it's a valid question, anasema, are those now in charge after Raila has exited? Are they really in charge when it comes to the broad-based arrangement? Because Raila and President Ruto are co-principals in that arrangement. Now, whoever has replaced him, is he able to sit comfortably in that arrangement as a co-principal? It is a valid question. Yes, and the Standard has gone pages 2, 3, still talking about what the ODM 20th anniversary. Like father, like daughter is a story there. Winnie Odinga's bold sparks debate on ODM's future is another story there. Another story, the same coming from there. Oburu faces turbulent start as he steps up Raila's huge shoes at ODM helm. So yes, but kuna zile story kule ndani ambazo watu wazungumzia na hizo ni kuhusu by-election. Na usikia mbere kumewaka moto. Kasipul candidates have been summoned by the IEBC because of the violence. Yes. So a lot of focus for the next 8 days because campaigns have to stop 48 hours before. Is it 48 hours or 24 hours? So at least for the next 8 to 9 days, inashika proper. UDA opposition braces for fierce battle in Narok and Baringo polls. Those are just some of the stories. Turn the back page. Matters rugby. And this is the women's rugby. Kenya Lionesses are Africa's second best in women's rugby. Kenya are the second. This is after the spirited Lionesses won silver at the 2025 Rugby Africa Women's Sevens tournament that came to an end yesterday at the RFUEA grounds. The hosts went down to record champions South Africa in the finals, but are already through to the World Cup, the World Rugby Sevens Series Division 2. Congratulations, Kenya Lionesses, for that. Spain on World Cup brink as Belgium made to wait for slot. Remember, it was an international break in matters football. That's why the weekend was not as exciting for fans of those European leagues. Okay. Yeah.
Taifa Leo, Ruto atuongoza ODM. ODM at 20, Rais asema anaamini vyama vya UDA na ODM vitaunda serikali mwaka 2027. Atoa wito wa ushirikiano huku baadhi ya viongozi wa ODM wakionekana kupinga serikali jumuishi. Rais achukua hatua hiyo baada ya tofauti kali kuzuka chamani kuhusu namna ya kushughulikia uchaguzi wa mwaka 2027. Chungwa Nation na Asante Baba walikuwa na Founders Party kule Mombasa.
It was supposed to be a party, lakini ilikuwa ni mambo ya malumbano na kila mtu kujipiga kifua.
Hata keki labda ataikuonja vizuri.
Kuna mtu wako kula hiyo keki vizuri. Ni kama alisikia hiyo test akaitoa.
Hapana, ni age. Labda afai kula keki.
Mambo ya sukari, unajua sukari pia. Sugar intake ukishafika umri fulani haufai kula sukari sana.
Right. Acheni siasa nyingi. Vidokezo zaidi, makurutu waajiriwa leo hatimaye ni mchakato wa kuajiri vijana 10,000 waanza baada ya kukwamishwa mara kadhaa. Nyaribo tena roho mkononi, gavana wa Nyamira hana nafasi ya kupumua madarakani, MCA wa Mwandama, upinzani watia juhudi kule Mbeere North, gavana Mbarire ataka Gachagua azuiwe kukanyaga Mbeere kwa kampeni. Na kule juu wanafunzi hewa, that is ghost learners, 87,000 waramba mabilioni. Ni ukaguzi ambao umeanika wakuu wa elimu wanavyofilisi umma na mchina mchokozi afukuzwe Kenya kotu. Mwekezaji wa kigeni anaswa kwa kamera akimpiga Mkenya. Taifa Leo.
Wow. Kutoka hapo gazeti la People Daily, still focusing on the ODM succession. They call it the Orange Succession Battles and Fight for Raila's Dream. It's what people have been talking about all weekend long. Heated divisions and power struggles dominated ODM's 20th anniversary in Mombasa, exposing deep rifts over the party's future. On one side, those angling towards a broad-based arrangement, Chairperson Gladys Wanga, CS Hassan Joho, Deputy Party Leader Abdul Swamad Sharif Nasir and Zamzam Mohammed. On the other hand, Godfrey Otsotsi, James Orengo, the Siaya Governor, Edwin Sifuna na kama kawaida Winnie Odinga. Hao wanaenda upande mwingine wanasema chama cha ODM has to be autonomous. Hataki mambo ati kimemezwa wolololo. Anajua UDA knows how to swallow parties. ANC party anyway. Pale juu Ndindi Nyoro anasema state wants to slash capitation for schools. To what? Hata ile wamesema hawapi full yote, sasa wakislash watu wataacha hii masomo. That's the People Daily.
Tukisonga mbele haraka haraka, Business Daily, Nigeria Zenith to acquire Kenya's Paramount Bank. And they say Nigeria's second largest bank by asset base and market capitalization, that is the Zenith Bank, is seeking to acquire Kenya's Paramount Bank and has sought regulatory approval to proceed with the transaction. Now, Zenith's plan to enter the East African market through an acquisition in Kenya was reported earlier, but the target bank was not identified. This is according to this newspaper, and this story is on page 2. Tanzania and Mombasa tycoons face off over LPG after court order.
Sasa wanakupatia habari za ndani za kina.
Kile ambacho
kumbe kuna mambo kule chini. Sisi tunafikiria tu something positive, something positive.
Page 2. Tanzania and Mombasa tycoons face off over LPG after court order. Oh, interesting. On the ticker, men dominate high-value M-Pesa transactions.
Rudia tena.
Men accounted for 61% of mobile money cash that flowed through M-Pesa, Airtel Money and T-Cash, reflecting male dominance of a super earners club.
Okay, but then again, look at it this way. They may be the ones sending money, but who are they sending to?
To us.
The recipients ndio basi wanafaa semekane pia ni kina nani. Kuna watu wana receive sana.
Global agencies to set aside 2/3 of jobs for Kenyans, lending slums as cash piles in banks rise to record levels.
Watu wameacha kuboro.
Yes, that's the Business Daily.
All right, we still have the Star. Hey, sasa hii imetoka hata hawajazungumzia mambo ya ODM or anything, wameenda imports. Cheap imports killing Kenya's jua kali sector. They say China is the main source of imports into the country. That's one story on pages 4 and 5, the spread. Another story, flooding leads to submerged homes, sparking health crisis, and this is somewhere in wapi huku, Naivasha. Kehoto Estate in Naivasha. 4,000 families have been displaced. Another story here, Fitch predicts good tidings for Kenyan investors in bank stocks. Pale juu, Ruto turns to MPs to enact 1.5 trillion shilling infrastructure fund. Now this is a big story. This week, I think on Wednesday or Thursday, President William Ruto will be delivering the State of the Nation address. And he said one of those things that he wants to convince MPs on is this infrastructure fund. This could have an impact on Kenyans because, okay, fine, setting up a fund is very good on paper, but you have to put resources into that fund. Hizo resources zinatoka wapi? It's either deni, ukuje uweke hiyo pesa hapo, ama ambie Kenyans nyinyi wekeni hiyo pesa hapo. Mutaitana. Infrastructure fund coming up. That's the Star.
All right. The State of the Nation?
Yes, once again on State of the Nation, we'll be having Samuel Pogisio served as cabinet minister in the Kibaki II administration, governance expert Kathy Rungu and Wakili Kibe Mungai in a few minutes' time. Do stand by for that conversation. And look at the big headlines. Of course, ODM, the biggest discussion.
All right.
Monday Blitz coming up at around 8 a.m. Kabla tuende break, let's take a look at wachoraji magazetini.